Hey everyone, I'm Mitchell.
And I'm Amanda.
And you're listening to the Happily Ever After podcast. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode this week. This week is actually episode 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, last week was not episode 13.
Last week was fake episode 13.
Fake.
Last week was Mitchell not knowing his numbers.
That's 100% true. I don't know where I got 13. It wasn't on the show notes. I think I just made it out of thin air. But
if I read the show notes, I would be able to correct you, but I didn't read the show notes apparently.
And here we are, episode 13. It's November 13th when we're recording this, so what a coincidence. Thursday, not a Friday, but we're close.
Thursday.
What?
Thursday. Thursday's named after Thor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
It's in Jackson's book.
Okay.
Because he was born on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a good segment. Later on in our bonus show over on Patreon, we're going to be talking about some things you might not know about us.
This week we're starting with Mitchell.
Yeah. I got some things that you might wish you
Or
didn't
are we
know.
Starting with you or me?
I don't know. You just have to go over there and find out.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't even know.
We don't even know.
Surprise.
Surprise. You just have to join us over there and see what it is this week. But yeah, we would love for you to support us over there on Patreon. You can join for free. There's not much for free. You can see some of our posts. Or you can join and be able to hear some of our bonus shows and some of the other things that we post over there in our little chat room. And that support is always much appreciated. Or you can support us by joining us on our social media. You can follow us on YouTube, subscribe there, making sure you're following us here on our podcasts, our Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Did I leave anything out?
I don't think so.
We have a lot of stuff. So I think I covered it. I posted, I'm gonna go on a little tangent real quick. Can I do that?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so I made a TikTok that was one of my favorites this week, and I worked really hard on it. And it did well, but not as well as I thought it would. It's about Starlight, the Starlight Parade. It was so good. I thought it was so good. I don't think it's, the audience. I don't think people are really searching in, for the parade right now. And I think that might be the issue since it's Christmas time. However, if you're listening, go check out our TikTok page. Go look at that and give it a like. And lastly, if you want to support us, you can also leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcast. It's so simple and easy. Just hop on over there and do it real quick. It can just be a quick little hi. Thank you. Whatever it is, but we would really appreciate that. We have 7 5-star reviews now, so that's pretty great.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah, so we appreciate you guys for doing that. So that is it. Follow us on all the stuff. There'll be links in our show notes below to do that. Our topic today is like one that we were super excited about, and we'll get to it. But I do want to say before we get started, what are we going to be talking about today?
We are talking about taking a 3-year-old or our 3-year-old to Walt Disney World.
Yeah, and so it's not easy, but it is pretty rewarding. There's a lot of great things about it. There's a lot of challenging things, and maybe you're listening to this and you got, you have a 3-year-old, you're thinking about taking to Disney for the first time, or, maybe it's a second time. Maybe they went maybe a year ago, whatever it may be. We just hope this is going to be really informational for you on some of the things that we found beneficial for us, and just want to pass that along and talk about our journey. But let's quickly talk about this week. Do you have anything this week that's went on? Because I know we already kind of pre-recorded an episode that's coming out in 2 weeks with Ashley and Emma. I'll go ahead and say it. You guys, if you're familiar with Ashley and Emma, they're going to be on our show in 2 weeks from this one. And they're going to be talking about their recent Disney trip, and that was a lot of fun. So we did that this week. What else did you do? What else was going on in your world?
What did I do this week?
Stay at home.
Yeah.
Take care of the kids. Survive.
Went to the library.
Yeah.
We did a lot of Christmas shopping.
We did too much Christmas shopping because it wasn't just gifts, was it?
No, it was decorations.
There's more decorations than it was gifts.
Yeah.
I had it
this week at least, yeah.
I had it on our list or on our calendar, like to do Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
And we did more Christmas decoration shopping.
I know. We really did. There's like a few like little things that like we don't really know what we're getting for people. So I feel like they'll just be like Black Friday things that we just like snag, you know?
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to see. But that was a lot of fun this week. It's also challenging taking the kids.
Oh God.
I feel like sometimes I feel like 1 out of every 10 shopping experiences is like good now. The rest
know.
of the 9 is like, not that they're bad, but it's just like so hard to shop.
It's like one of them always needs something. Like
Yeah.
if Jackson is like quietly like sitting there hanging out, then like Stella's crying. And then you try to feed Stella and she doesn't really want her bottle. She just wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
And then then she's happily talking. And then Jackson's like, hey, mom, can we get this car wash? Can we get this truck? Can we get this book? Can I get a Hot Wheels car? And I'm like, oh my God.
And he's really into wanting to buy everything right now. And
Everything.
It's partially our fault. But like, it's Christmas, dude. Like, why don't you ask Santa? And he's like, no, I want
He's
it
like,
now.
let's not ask Santa. Let's just go to the store and buy it.
Yeah. And we're like, that's
Probably
not how
not.
it works at Christmas time.
Yeah.
So that's been a struggle with him.
Yeah, it's been a lot.
Yeah. I'll tell you, I'm going to jump ahead in the week because this is just really funny. And I'm going to try to post it on our Instagram. But tonight we went to Chick-fil-A. What was like the theme? The kids eat free tonight, but why? What was the reasoning behind that?
Family night, I think it was.
Family night, was that it? Okay, so yeah. Okay, so while she's looking, they have little fun activities for the kids there. They always do. They have
Kids
the cows.
night.
Kids night.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of fun stuff. Well, at the table, the kids were able to make a little Thanksgiving turkey, a headband. So we went over there. Jackson made his, and it's just the funniest thing ever. He drew a smile on the turkey above its like mouth. He was like, "Oh, I wanna give it a smile," and I'm like, "I'm not telling the kid no." And then he draws it. It reminds me of Forky. Like his turkey looks like Forky.
Yeah.
I kid you not. It's just the funniest thing. So I'm going to try to post that on our Instagram. If you want to go see that, I'll probably post on the story, but I'll include it with this episode or something. I don't know, but it was hilarious. So what else has been going on this week for you? Anything else?
Think much. We took Stella to one of her doctor visits. She's almost 14 pounds. She did pretty good, but she's been cranky the last 2 days because of the like vaccines and everything she got. But that's kind of been it. It's been sort of nice because Mitchell hasn't worked that much this week, but we've had like other things happening. Like, so yeah, it's been like just like really busy, and I'm getting really stressed about like the holidays because there's like a lot of traveling involved and a lot of things that still have to be like planned out and everything. So I'm just I really want to watch Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And I really want to start getting some of our Vlogmas videos done.
We've done 2.
We did 2.
Yep. We have more to do though. So
yeah, we got to get crack-a-lackin'.
I'll tell you something that happened this week that you're forgetting about.
I know I'm forgetting something big.
It snowed.
Oh, it did snow.
It snowed.
Yeah.
It kind of stuck on the ground, but it wasn't like huge or anything like that. But it was warm here. It's been in the like 50s, 60s. And then it was just like, hey, tomorrow it's going to be a high of 34 and it's going to snow most of the day.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, Mitchell, it's going to snow. And he was like, no. And I was like, it's going to snow. And he's like, well, in the mountains. And I was like, it's gonna snow.
I literally
in Knoxville.
I was wearing shorts and a t-shirt outside, shorts and a t-shirt. And she's like, it's going to snow tomorrow. I'm like, no, not here.
Yeah. And you're like, definitely in the mountains. And I was like, or definitely in the middle of Knoxville.
I was like, no way. I literally pulled up my weather at that moment and I'm looking and I'm like, holy moly. Like that is crazy. And it got that cold and it snowed. So that was none
of it really like stuck where we are. Like some other people got like a dusting, but like it pretty much did snow all day. Like it was on and off flurrying, and then sometimes it would come down really hard and like stop, and then it would come back again. It was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. We did a couple other things this week for Vlogmas. Do you want to talk about that? Or you just want to kind of leave that out until Vlogmas happens?
What did we do?
You don't remember what we did? You got to look at me.
I
Okay?
know we went shopping.
Yeah, we look at me. No,
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we talk about that? I don't know.
We could just say that we did it.
Oh, okay. Well, we could.
We went to Swig. And we got all of their holiday Christmas drinks and their Christmas cookie.
Yeah.
And we tried all of them. And for our review and what we thought, you're going to have to find it on Vlogmas somewhere.
Yeah. One of the days.
Yeah.
One of the days. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, me too.
I was about to give you my opinion, but I'm going to hold back. So, all right. Well, that's it. That's all we had for our week. I'm sure we did some other little things, but those were the major things.
Yeah.
Let's just get right into it. We have a lot to talk about in this topic.
We do.
And I feel like, we're probably going to leave things out, and that's okay because we can make more episodes about this, and we more than likely will as time goes on and we do more trips. So let's get into it. I mean, when we talk about planning this trip for our 3-year-old, there's a lot that goes involved. So let's start with the main thing. Where are we staying?
Yeah. So usually if we're going with Mitchell's family and it's a normal, typical family trip, we stay at Old Key West. Most importantly, we get a 2-bedroom villa. Now, with or without kids, there's always enough people. There's always enough of us to fill up a 2-bedroom villa. But we had a hard time figuring out this trip where to put the kids. Jackson at this point is sleeping in a big bed. He doesn't really need like his own space anymore. Like he's kind of okay to sleep in a room where other people are sleeping as well. Like last year, maybe the year before even, he almost needed a completely quiet space and like a space of his own and to not know anyone else is in there with him. But now he's kind of like fine sleeping with other people because he's older and like able to understand like, hey, we're sleeping in the bed next to you and you have your bed and like that's okay. Like you don't need to hop into our bed. Like we're here and everything's fine and like any noise we make won't really wake him up or like make him get up and we'll have to comfort him. So that was really important when planning this trip and planning any trip with a toddler is where they're going to sleep. And if they're like a high sleep need kid, if they're a very picky sleeper, what kind of bed and all that sort of stuff. So that was just really important. But luckily, Jackson is super easy. And he just had his own queen bed in one of the rooms. So that was a good one.
Yeah, and I think one of the things to consider for our situation is a little bit different. We're on DVC points.
Yeah.
Like we're with my parents, so our situation is different. But if you're considering this, yourself, you're like, okay, well, we've never stayed, or where should we stay? There's a lot of things to consider. Is there stuff for the kids at that hotel? Is it close to the parks? Or is it just something that you guys are just like, am I just wanting to go to sleep there and we're waking up, we're going to the parks, we're staying out all night, and then we're going back to sleep? Those are really important questions to have and like can really determine
and
where
the transportation that the resorts have is
absolutely.
super important.
Absolutely.
So like I really, really am infatuated with the Skyliner transportation. It's a little bit of a struggle with a stroller. If you have a double wide stroller, you're going to have to fold it up. But if you have like a front and back double stroller, it's fairly easy to get on and off. It's just a little sleight of hands to get it on. It's very quick.
Gotta be quick. It's like that commercial. You gotta be quick in that.
I know. But I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's so quick. The past few times we've been on them, there's really not many lines. Maybe 3, 4, 5 groups of people ahead of us at the most.
Yeah.
But like not bad. And we haven't just taken it from the theme park. We've taken it from the resorts and everything too.
Yeah.
And in like that central hub area. And it's been awesome.
And you bring up a really good point with that too, is the benefits of staying on property or off property. And this is one of those things to consider. Skyliner, Disney bus transportation,
Skyliner, awesome.
But Skyliner, I mean,
especially with like strollers and stuff. Skyliner is great because you don't have to unpack the whole stroller.
Yep.
Monorail's great. You don't have to unpack the whole stroller. I mean, if you're staying at somewhere like Bay Lake or Contemporary, you can walk. Awesome. Don't have to unpack the stroller. But even Boardwalk is close enough to Epcot where you can walk. So Boardwalk, Yacht and Beach. You can just walk to Epcot. You don't have to like unpack a stroller there.
Yeah.
Which brings us to bus transportation, where you do have to unpack and fold up your strollers when
Every
you get on the
time,
buses, which is wildly inconvenient. Which brings me to a little tip. Little ding.
This is a really good tip.
I love
know
this.
exactly where you're going with
I
this.
took my smart pills the day that I thought of this. We just bring a Disney reusable tote bag, and any of the nonsense that's hanging out in the stroller or the cup holders, like as long as it has a lid, we take it and we throw it in the tote bag, and we throw the tote bag on our shoulder, and then the stroller can get folded up, and then we unfold it when we get where we need to go, and we just unload the tote bag.
Yeah, listen, we have a backpack that we use for our park essentials and a diaper bag when we take our baby with us. But Amanda's right. Like you're always gonna have those like little things hanging out on the bottom of the stroller. It always happens.
Always something.
Yeah.
It's a hat, a pair of sunglasses, a water bottle, a fan,
Yep.
a bubble wand.
Which we will get to all that of what
Which
we
like literally
typically
all
bring.
of that
Yeah.
is always hanging out in the bottom of the stroller.
And it's hard to always shove it in your backpack.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're like us, our backpack's already full.
Pretty crammed.
Even without Stella, without our 3-month-old this
Yeah.
last trip, our backpack's full. We vlog,
Rain gear.
snacks,
Yeah.
drinks, and there's just so much that we
Vlogging
bring.
stuff.
Yeah, so it's so beneficial, and you're not shoving it in the
Yeah.
backpack. You have that tote, like you said.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So again, that's really important.
Yeah.
We're blessed in our way that we are usually on property. We don't have to
Right.
make that choice. So one thing would be nice though, and this is always something to consider too, is are your kids pool kids?
Yeah.
I feel like Jackson's going to like he kind of was this year, and we didn't do it enough. But I think next year he'll be a full on pool kid.
I know.
I mean, if we would have spent more time at the pool this year, he probably would have never wanted to go to the parks.
Yeah.
We just didn't give him enough opportunity.
Right. And then lastly, there's always the chance that you can take your own car. So whether you're staying on property or off property or at a villa or wherever you are, you can take your car to the parks, which is beneficial because you could just keep your stroller in the car. You don't have to bring it into the resort or anything. And you only really have to unpack it once, which is great.
Yeah.
So that's like, I feel like it makes the Disney buses sound so bad, but the Disney buses are one of the best parts of a Disney trip. It's just with
Yes.
the stroller, it's complicated, which is why like with the tote, we try to make it as easy as possible.
But listen,
But a car is great.
you Disney dads out there, it's
I
just
know.
our job.
It's classic.
It's classic. It's just
Yeah.
what we do. You pose for a picture. You got your Mickey ears on. You know, it is what it is.
It
You
is
say
what
you
it
did
is.
it, okay?
I know.
So-
It's tough, especially with the double stroller was tough.
yes.
And like a car would have been so much easier to just like throw it in, throw the kids in there, and then like get to the park.
Listen, they played the Prince Ali song as I was coming through with the double stroller.
I'm
getting
sure
on the
they
buses.
did.
They're like, make way.
I know, seriously. It was
Yeah.
it was a lot.
It was a lot.
But the car would be easy to
Yes.
have everything in it. You drive there. The only complicated part would be when you get to Magic Kingdom, because then you have to take either a monorail or a boat over.
Yes.
But both of those you can wheel a stroller on. So, I mean, the bus really is most inconvenient with a stroller,
It is, yeah.
but it's kind of like the most magical.
It is. It's
I feel like.
yeah. I know a lot of people
So
probably
that
disagree.
like
but
that really like plays into where you stay.
It does.
Like if you have to take a bus every single time, like Old Key West, you have to take a bus every single place you go, except Disney Springs. You get on the boat.
yeah. Or do you stay at the Magic Kingdom monorail loop?
Yeah.
Polynesian, Contemporary, Grand
Or do
Floridian.
you stay at a gondola, a Skyliner hotel?
Yeah. Where Caribbean Beach, Pop Century, all that. Those
Or
are
do you
all
stay
really-
off property and take your car?
Yeah. And one last thing to add to this, unless you have anything else, then please
No.
don't hesitate. But as of right now, when we're recording this, is at the end of 2025. But Disney's still offering free water park days on check-in, which is a really nice perk
Yeah.
for families. If you've never been, or if your kids like water parks, you can only do that if you're staying at a Disney resort. So, and I know they're offering it next year in 2026. Who knows beyond that? But that's also a nice little perk. Like, that's a free ticket to a water park. So if you're factoring that into your cost.
Yeah, we might have to check that out next year. We thought we were
Yes.
going to this year because we had an early flight this year, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, did not work. So, okay. So we're planning the trip. We got our hotel set. Next, we're set on ADRs, advanced dining reservations.
Yeah.
Where are we going to eat?
Right.
And for taking a 3-year-old, this is really important for us. It's
Super important.
Probably the most important thing we plan, and the major thing that we plan
Yeah.
for our trips.
It's like it's a place of major memories and big moments.
It really has been, actually.
Yeah. Like no matter if we're going with just like on the trip, no matter if we're going with just us or if we're going with the whole kit and caboodle family, we always do this with just us, just as our family. Me, you, and the 1 or 2 kids that we have when we're going. Yeah. And we always do breakfast because Mitchell and I are huge breakfast people. We love breakfast. And of course it has to be a character breakfast because that's like such great one-on-one time to get with the characters and you're eating, which is like kill 2 birds with 1 stone at that point.
Yeah. You hit everything like perfectly. I really don't have anything else to add. It's a memory maker. It really is. It's a moment to sit down and to capture
We've
those
had
memories.
Such big moments and like memories at every single time that we have done ADRs. Like, okay, our first year we did Chef Mickey's.
Yep.
That was amazing. And I never realized how much Jackson would love Donald Duck. And then Pluto came and sat with us.
Yeah.
And that was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then we did Ohana's for breakfast.
That
Jack
was
had his moment
special.
with Stitch where Stitch was like turning his head. It was so cute.
So funny.
So funny.
And we'll never forget that.
The food was so
Or the
good
food.
too. Oh, so good. The eggs were unreal.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Yeah.
And then we had Cape May Cafe, which was probably my lowest tier. I thought it would be like a hidden gem. I kind of didn't love it, but Jack just loved the characters. He loved the ducks.
He does.
Yeah, it was Daisy and Donald that year, and he just like held on to Daisy and like wouldn't let her go. It was so sweet. He had a really, really good time at Cape May Cafe.
Yeah.
And then this year was Tusker House, which blew us all away.
Yeah.
In every single aspect of it.
Food was great. Characters were great. Atmosphere was great.
Yeah. And it was inside a theme park.
Yeah. So we finished. We were able just to go straight to our next attraction. And I think like when you're planning these things, if you're thinking about it, if you think, okay, well, it might not be for my family. I don't know how they're going to do characters. I would say just try it once. Just try it once. A character breakfast. I think it'll change your opinion.
And there's like the characters are super respectful in their own ways. Like if kids are scared or like whatever, you know.
You know what? This character dining, especially character breakfast, because breakfast is amazing, but it's the perfect time for a parent who is uncomfortable around meeting characters to do so with their family, because there is no obligation to walk up to the character and have an interaction.
Yeah, there's no big line watching you and a photo pass photographer and all this stuff.
Like they come to your table, you can sit there and eat.
You could just sit there and wave.
And they'll wave at you. They might high five you. Like there is no like this big hubbub about it. So if you're uncomfortable, this is like you're kind of weaning into it.
Yeah, you're right.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
But
you get great food.
But it is. Lastly, I want to mention, if you have anything else, please add, but characters, is your kids obsessed with certain characters, and that's something to consider with character dining.
Jackson is big into like the classic fur characters. So we tend to do meet and greets that have those rather than like princesses or face characters, because he's not super comfortable with them yet. Like he doesn't like get it.
Yet. Yeah.
Because we had thought about 1900 Park Fair.
Oh, I'd love to go there.
Love 1900 Park Fair. Last time I went there was like 2018, I think.
Yeah.
But it's just not something Jack would be that comfortable with. And so that's why we just have gone to other places that are just fur characters.
Yeah. So a lot of things to consider. And it's not just about, character dining either. I mean, if you're thinking about dining reservations, we found that dining and planning dining reservations with kids is challenging because trying to set specific times to show up at a restaurant on a vacation with kids or a kid can get a little tough. However, in the current Disney climate, if you don't have a dining reservation, it is really tough to dine in nice restaurants. So
we've also never had an issue with being like 10, 20 minutes late either.
100%. That's a good point.
I've never had an issue.
That is a
with
good point,
kids,
yeah.
without kids, no matter, like, I think if you like are 10, 20 minutes late, I mean, regardless of what, I mean, even if you show up a minute early, don't ever expect to get seated right away. I think that's just silly.
Yeah.
But especially if you're like a little late, don't expect to get seated right away. But I think the most we've ever waited is like 10, 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
It's really not. So my opinion is sprinkle a little bit, but don't over.
Yeah.
Don't over.
So we have this one big breakfast that we do.
Yep.
And then we usually do a breakfast at Old Key West.
Yep.
But when we did our trip with just us, we didn't do that.
No.
Which was fine. So
Yeah.
we just do like one big breakfast. That's what we always do. And then the other reservations, I mean, we don't really do too many.
No.
Sometimes
we
we'll
really
do
don't.
Ogas.
Yeah.
And then the only other like reservation we'll do is the experience of Jackson getting his haircut.
Yeah.
Which, big tip that we found out last year, don't do it at the end of your trip.
Yeah. Yeah. Get the haircut done on the first day.
Because
You don't want your kid looking like a mop.
looked like he had a mop on his head the whole trip.
Yeah.
Because it's like, hat on, hat off, hat on, hat off, get on this ride, get off that ride, like, and then his hair is long, obviously, because we let it grow out so he could get his hair cut at the barbershop. And then he looked like a Raggedy Andy doll.
Yeah.
And it was just a hot mess.
Well,
And then he got his hair cut like the day before our last day on last year's trip. This year's trip, we did it the first day,
it was great.
which also comes with the little tip here. Don't book everything on your first day.
No, this should be an ease in kind of day.
Yeah.
Maybe one thing to
Like
do.
just
on
the
your first day.
haircut
Just a haircut
is more than enough.
Yeah, take it easy. Take it easy. And this is a perfect segue. Actually, is
Mm.
oh yeah, go ahead. You're
I
drinking
have a
tea
question
over
though.
here too.
Sorry, I'm
aren't you?
drinking tea.
Yeah,
The experiences when you book the ADRs, the time is different than booking your food reservations.
yeah,
The experience reservations are at midnight, aren't they?
yeah.
Where the
so
time drops.
That's what I was about to
because
get into. Yeah,
because that is what really messed us up
yeah.
both times with this haircut.
Yeah, so we're about to get into like our experiences in planning and going into that, but it's really important to know when you're planning ADRs, you get that drop at 7 o'clock. Sorry, I'm like completely blanking right now. I've done this so many times, but 7 o'clock, 7 a.m. is when you can go on that morning. 30 days, 60 days.
Oh, don't ask me.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
gosh, it's become completely blanking right now. I think it's 30 days out. But the same thing with the experience, the same amount of days, but it's at midnight, the night before, basically that night instead of 7 a.m. And I'm thinking it's 7 a.m. and by the time it gets to 7 a.m., most of the our options for a haircut are gone, like completely gone. I could have booked a lot earlier, so just keep in mind you can get into those experiences earlier. So for us, it's a perfect segue because getting his haircut at the Harmony Barbershop on Main Street is like now a tradition and it's amazing. But what are some other experiences that, are for, am I missing anything or something that you'd like to do in the future? You think that's like good to know about?
An experience
Yeah.
about the book?
Yeah. For a 3-year-old or
I don't know.
I know, right? Like, I mean, there's a lot of different things to do at the Walt Disney World, but our main things have just been haircut
Yeah, that's about
as far
it.
as experience goes.
Yeah.
I think at some point he'll be old enough to do some of the Star Wars experience, like build a droid.
Oh,
I just-
right.
yeah, like, I just don't think
I think
he's-
maybe like 5.
Yeah, might be the
Yeah.
earliest for that.
Yeah.
So those are things you need to consider too, is just actual
Right.
experiences like building a droid, building a lightsaber, there's a couple other different things out there. Bibbidi
remember.
Bobbidi
Yeah,
Boutique.
Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Yeah.
They still do some sort of Pirates League, don't they?
I don't think so. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Well, we were in the queue for Pirates. They were doing some sort of. Oh no, the store. We were in the store for Pirates.
You saw something? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know if they still do Pirates League.
I don't
or not.
know. Yeah.
I couldn't see it making much money for them.
No. That Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique is like.
Oh yeah.
It's
big time.
If I can open up one of those on the side now, that would be it.
It's big time.
All right. So moving on. One of the big things is lightning lanes. Before we were like, we'll do lightning lanes. Well, first we were like, we're not doing lightning lanes. We're not paying for it. Then we were like, okay, we'll do a Magic Kingdom day. And now after this last trip, what is our realization?
Every day.
Every day.
Well, with just Jackson, I don't think we would have to do them every day. But since we also have Stella, I think it's more important to not stand around and wait in lines because she was so little. She's 3 months old, which we're going to get into a whole episode about her. But I think that the lightning lanes are my true reason for getting them every single day is because waiting online with the 3-month-old who's a little more needy, who needs to eat and diaper changes and like all this sort of stuff is a lot more complicated than waiting online with the 3-year-old.
Yes, 100%. And to also add on to that, being able to do more experiences, like our 3-year-old's pretty patient.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I don't know if that's the norm. I don't think it is, but he's pretty patient. But some of those lines can be pretty long for him. And I think just in general as a family, being able to do more things is really important. So it kind of is worth the money. I'm going to give you a pro tip too, okay? This is a quick pro tip. If you're Disney park hopping and you're able to start your day at Animal Kingdom, here's the pro tip. Animal Kingdom, start your day. You get your lightning lanes there, right? Because it's cheaper if you do your multi lightning lanes there, and then you can hop over to the other parks and you can do like Magic Kingdom. So now instead of paying Magic Kingdom prices for the day, you've paid Animal Kingdom prices. So that's more pro tip. But that's if you feel like you can manage that and go to the park first. So keep that in mind. But otherwise, it's just important. I would not go. I would set money aside, make it a priority to do like lightning lanes, make that in your budget if at all possible. It's just going to maximize your time while you're there. Lastly, like with planning, this is pretty much it. With our planning phase is really kind of twofold here is if it's a holiday season, deciding to do holidays, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is one of our personal favorites, or Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. So do you schedule that in? Jackson absolutely loves the Halloween party. He loves Boo to You Parade. He loves the villain show. He obviously loves candy. I don't think there's any 3-year-old out there that doesn't love candy. And then he likes getting dressed up. So that's been a big priority ever since we've taken him as going to Mickey's Not So Scary. So that's part of our trip planning every year. And then lastly is like for our planning is how are we planning our trip and on our days and with Jack, he's been into characters. So most of our time really has been spent like, okay, making sure we hit these characters, right? It's not so much like the big rides as it is, okay, what characters does he want to meet? And like, let's try to go around that. So that is our last little tip is just keep that in mind. Like, what is your kid, what is your 3-year-old really into? Are they into rides? Are they into meeting characters? Do they like a little bit of both? Because our first trip with Jack, he was a little bit younger. Or not our first trip, but 2 trips ago when he was, 2 at that time was when we realized that the last part of the trip, he loved characters. And we were like, wow, we totally did this wrong.
1.5.
1.5.
Yeah.
And we were like, wow, we've got to prioritize this going forward. And ever since then, he's been a character kid, and that's what he loves doing. So that's been a priority for us, and especially at 3 years old, he loves the rides, but he loves the characters.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have anything else on the planning phase?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think I do either. I'm sure we'll probably left some stuff out, but like we said, at some point we'll come back and we'll discuss it. But moving on, let's get on to packing. This is all you. I'm going to mentally check out here as I do when we typically pack. you stress pack and listen, we're not great with packing.
No.
I'm just kind of like in a daze, throwing stuff together last minute, and you were like packing weeks ahead and stressing, sitting on the floor.
Yeah, we're like on both ends of the spectrum with packing. There's no in between with us.
There is none.
Yeah, basically the way I pack for Jackson is I lay out his outfits, so like a shirt and a pair of shorts for every day, and then he gets an extra shirt at least for every day, and we pack probably like 2 or 3 extra pairs of shorts that are kind of neutral color that can sort of go with whatever outfit. Comfy pair of sneakers, a pair of flip-flops, about like 2 swimsuits usually. Sometimes we bring a hooded towel and sometimes we don't. I don't think we brought one on this trip for some reason.
Yeah.
He kind of used the pool towels, but
we didn't really because of the room we had.
Yeah, I do really like a nice hooded towel though. I really do.
Yeah.
Especially the one he had is like the poncho type where it just sort of like lays over him and he doesn't have to worry about like wrapping himself up in anything. Oh gosh, there's so much stuff.
Listen, I'll talk about what we bring to the park.
Yeah.
Because I have a whole list of like what we typically bring for him for the park and how we're staying prepared. But what else do we pack like in our suitcase? There's so much, right?
There's literally so much stuff.
I mean,
his stuffies have to come with us. We got to bring stuff for the airplane. We have to bring, so like for the airplane, we usually download like 2 or 3 movies on a tablet. We have his headphones. We'll bring some sort of like little toys for the airplane, but we don't really want them to get lost. The flight's not really like that long. So we'll bring like a book or 2 and like some sort of like a little popper or a little car or something for him to play with. But he doesn't really need toys at like the hotel anymore because he's just like too old for that. Like he like just like would rather play at the hotel. Then we have like a little toiletry bag for him where we bring nail clippers and a file, a comb or a brush. We bring some lotion, and especially for Jackson, he gets eczema on his face. So we bring some cream for his eczema. Like Q-tips. We bring shampoo for him. We bring a little loofah for him, so he could take baths. There's a lot of extra little things that we have to bring. If all else
fails, make a Walmart pickup order.
Literally. Oh, we bring our camera, his baby monitor camera.
Yep.
And the Hatch, which is a sound machine.
His stuffies. A
water bottle. Super important. And we have to make sure that the water bottle fits in the cup holder of the stroller that you bring.
Which our stroller is.
Yeah, the Up-A-Baby. It doesn't, the cup holder, it's like terrible. It doesn't fit like hardly any size cup unless it's like a really slender cup. And then of course, you got your pins or like that sort of stuff. If you bring any of that, your autograph book, all that sort of stuff to the parks. I think that's about it, right?
Yeah, I mean, good pair of shoes. We usually bring a couple of different pairs.
Yeah, rain gear.
Yeah, rain gear.
So, which I also really like, instead of like a poncho, we do really lightweight rain jackets because then that could also just be a jacket if it's chilly one night or if he gets cold on the bus. Like we just have like a lightweight jacket that's always with us.
Yeah, good point. For the parks, we usually have liquid IV for us and for him, which is really, really important. Snacks. We usually bring like a little snack holder for him.
Yeah, like those like little like cups that like you have to like pull like your hand in and out of. But then we also bring a strap to make sure we can strap it onto the stroller so that way it doesn't fall, especially when he's younger. But like with snacks, that we always do a Walmart order.
Yeah.
And what we've tried to do the past like 2 or 3 trips is we make the snacks a little bit on the healthier side because the food that he's eating in the parks regardless is French fries.
Yeah.
And chicken and ice cream bars and like peanut butter and jelly. So for our snacks, we try to do like a lot of fruit, like grapes, blueberries, bananas, cuties like mandarin oranges.
He loves those.
Raisins, applesauce. Yeah. So we try to do like carrots, baby carrots we did this past time. So we try to do like, those are some of his favorite things in like the healthier category that we can just give him that will keep him full for a little bit. And then he can like, we don't feel guilty about like giving him like French fries and chicken nuggets the whole rest of the trip, because at least he had like some nutritious food. So that's something to think about.
It's really important to keep yourself hydrated and your kids. It's hot, unless you're going in the wintertime. If you're going in December, January, but make sure that you have water and hydrating foods, and make sure that your kid is taking care of that. Because I think it's so easy to like not really think about it, especially if your kid's like sitting in the stroller all day. But like it's hot, they're gonna be like sweating in the stroller.
Yeah, and that's the other thing with like a lot of the fruits too. They're also really hydrating.
Yeah.
Besides giving like those little nutrients and everything. So those are good things to know.
Yeah. So we also bring hats, hats, sunglasses. We bring sunscreen for him to the parks. We bring 2 sets of fans.
Yep.
We have a fan that goes pointed on him and a fan that's pointed on us.
Yep.
Very important.
Very important.
Don't do just one.
No.
Get one that clips onto the
stroller. You're going to regret it when you're pushing around a 20, 30 pound kid in a stroller for like 10 hours in the Florida heat, and they're sitting in there with a little fan, and you don't have one on yourself, and you're doing all the hard work.
Yeah, listen, we have a link tree that you can find in the show notes, and you can find the fans that we use in the parks there, so you can go on there and see that.
And really everything that's in our backpack, pretty much.
Yeah, most of the stuff.
That's all on our link tree, like our liquid IVs and all that sort of stuff too.
Yeah, so click on the show notes, you'll find the link tree, it'll take you there. We also, depending on the age, you might have diapers and pad,
yeah, like
changing pads, things like that.
Last year when we went, Jackson was just about to start potty training, so we still had like pull-ups and wipes and that sort of stuff with us. But this year we didn't really need any of that for him. We just kept like an extra pair of underwear and then an extra set of clothes for him in our bag.
Yeah, really big point. Extra set of clothes.
Yeah.
And a bag for wet clothes for like the splash pads in the parks. Because Jack loves those. Fuel rod to charge fans, phones. We have that, medicines. You have the first aids in the park, but like sometimes you're all the way across the park and you might get your 3-year-old might have a boo-boo and
yeah, we always try to keep Band-Aids and that sort of
like
stuff.
this time Jack was wearing brand new shoes and he got a little blister.
Yeah, that's right.
So we had Band-Aids. So thankfully we had that.
Which is also, don't wear brand new shoes in the parks.
Yeah, break them in before you go. Break them in. And then lastly, one of the things really depending is headphones to block noise. It depends, the child. Jack's mostly okay, but sometimes if you're watching fireworks, they can be really loud, and if you get those noise canceling headphones, it can make that experience a lot better. So we always keep that on us now. We have a little blue pair that we got, again, on Amazon. You can find it there. So anything else? Am I missing anything?
I feel like I'm missing something major.
We've got to be missing something major.
Oh, rain gear for the stroller?
Oh, yeah. Make sure the stroller's covered and not going to get absolutely
We always just
soaked.
keep our rain gear like folded up tight, like in the basket of the stroller, just so it's kind of always there.
Yes.
What about like traveling stuff, like our stroller travel bag?
Yeah.
And like a car seat travel bag too.
Yeah.
Like all that sort of stuff. Like that's all stuff that we like didn't think about until last minute. Yeah. Especially last year with our trip.
It's a really good point.
Stroller, not the car seat travel bag is like a big deal because some airlines won't even give you a trash bag to put it in. Like it'll just fly on its own. And I'm afraid that they're going to get dinged up like that.
And they probably will. Or they'll lose some of the Cheerios that you've had in that car seat for years. Those are important.
That's speaking from experience, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Found a couple.
But our stroller travel bag, so like our stroller, like we had to buy a travel bag separate with it, but it comes with like insurance to cover your stroller.
In case something happens.
Which is important because some strollers are kind of expensive.
Yeah.
And like the travel bag has, shows you how to lay it in there and how to take off the wheels and all the different stuff to put in there. So that was that.
You know what I love?
What?
Without even looking, you're not even looking at the show notes, but you keep segueing to the next section, which is travel. I do want to add one more thing before we move on. I just looked and I just saw this piece, but bringing a camera of some sort.
Yeah.
We take videos, we vlog, and that's how we capture a lot of our memories. Obviously, we have photos as well, but for us, like, videos are so important to have and look back on. All right, let's get over to the travel. One of the main things to not forget when traveling is IDs. Not even just for yourself, but for your kids. Because we have ran into an issue, unfortunately, where they require some form of ID or birth certificate or something of our kids. You have the story. You probably remember it very well with Jack. But we were coming home from Disney one year, and we did not have anything on us. It was his first trip. And they were like, well, we need, a birth certificate. It was a birth certificate that they were looking for, right?
Yeah, they just need a proof of his birthday, which I was like, he's 8 months old. He's not 24 months. Like, I'm not trying to sneak in a 2-year-old on my lap.
Yeah.
Because, like, the Knoxville airport did not require it. They were like, what's his birthday? And I told him his birthday, and they were fine with that. But this one was like, well, I need to see proof. And I was like, well, I don't have it. And then I had his social security card, and she was like, oh, but is this his birthday on it? And I was like, no, that's the issue date. And she was like, well, I need his birthday. So I had to find a picture on my phone of Jackson at the hospital with his hospital bracelet on where you could see his birthday.
That's the only way she was letting us on the plane.
Yep.
So it is really important, even if your airline says, oh, we don't require it, bring it. Bring some form of birth certificate. Not some form. Bring the birth certificate. That way you have no issues like that, especially for young ones, because they don't have like a driver's license. There is no personal identification other than that. So make sure you bring that with you. So getting more into traveling, what flies free? Because this is really important to know. This is something that I never knew, and you really dove deep into, and is so helpful.
Yeah. So we fly on Allegiant. So I don't know how it is with every single airline, but a child that is 24 months or under can sit on your lap for free. They also are allowed to bring a diaper bag for free. So I can have my personal item that goes under the seat and have a diaper bag. You're also allowed to bring a cooler for formula or breast milk. The cooler has to have a structured ice pack. So no just like loose ice cubes in like a baggie. Like it has to have a legitimate ice pack. And it helps if you have all that like separate from the rest of the stuff that you're bringing on the plane. Pack and play will fly for free. A stroller will fly for free. Car seats will fly for free. I think that's about it. But it is important to note, we had a double stroller, and the bag that we had for it, because it's like a convertible stroller, it had its own, the second seat had its own bag. So what we had to do was we told them, hey, this is one stroller, but this is 2 parts to one stroller, which technically wouldn't have mattered because each child is allowed to have one stroller fly for free with them. So it could have just been 2 separate strollers, but we made sure we were like, hey, this is one stroller, but it has 2 pieces to it. I think that's about it.
Yeah, I think that is, yeah.
You can bring like breast pumps through TSA,
snacks,
breast milk, snacks. You are allowed to bring water for your formula if you need to. We just choose to get water once we get past, but if you need to bring it, you can. You can bring prepared formula. You can bring frozen breast milk or fresh breast milk, just knowing that they may have to test it. But we never ran into an issue with anything.
Yeah. And lastly, the most important thing, at least for our 3-year-old, is what? At an airport or an airplane. Do you know?
No.
Bringing a tablet.
Yeah. I talked a little bit about the tablet earlier with packing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. well, let's double down on it. Making sure you have that on the plane, easily accessible. Jackson, I don't think would be able to sit still on our plane. It's only like an hour and 15 minutes, but keeping him like contained for that time, other than being able to watch like Disney movies, just not good.
I just feel like I need to put out a disclaimer. Not like there's anything wrong with it, but Jackson is not a tablet kid.
No, he's not. He's not.
The only time he gets it is when we're on long car trips, like our 12-hour road trip to New Jersey, or on a plane.
Yep. It's like little special moments for him.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've planned our trip, we've planned our hotel, our experiences, we've packed, we've went through the airport, we've done that sort of thing. Now let's dive into some of our like tips for when we get to the resort and our park experience. Like, we really want to dive into this where we discuss like what really works for us, because once you're there, this is where we find the trip can go completely sideways if you are not prepared. Like, you can spend all this time before your trip like doing what we're doing now, preparing, saying, okay, we got this together, we got that. Okay, everything's aligned. We got all this planned out. We're going to this restaurant. We're going to this, lightning lane. But when you get there, if you don't take the first right steps, it all goes sideways. And you know what the most important thing is when you get there?
No.
Unpacking your suitcases and packing your parks bag the night before.
Yeah. Unpacking suitcases is such a big deal. Like, the second we get into the resort, I'm opening up the suitcases, the pack and play, the whatever we need to open up. We get it done immediately. It sets us up for success like so well. And if you have younger kids that are still in diapers, like, have a little like section, have all your diapers there, have your like poo bags, your wipes, your whatever you need all in one area. And then, we literally unpack our entire airplane travel backpack and repack it as our Disney Parks bag. Like, everything comes out and then everything goes back in.
Yeah.
Just so it's like reorganized and it's fresh and it's set up and we're good to go for the next day.
Snacks are in there, because we found out that every time we wake up in the morning, we're like, okay, we'll give ourselves this much amount of time. It's never enough.
We need at least to double the amount of time that we give ourselves, which we usually give ourselves like an hour.
Yeah. So that's a really important thing to know, is like, get prepared the night before. It's also good to know is like, is your kid a morning kid or a night kid? Like, Jackson is more of a morning kid. Like, he's up early, he's ready to go. And like, when it gets later in the night, he gets really loopy and he's really tired. So like, plan your day according to that. Are you going to rope drop, or is it more important to sleep in the mornings, hang out in the resorts, and then go to the parks at night? But Jackson's definitely hey, let's try to rope drop or get there early. So again, getting everything prepared and being ready to walk out of the door as soon as we wake up is like really, really important for us. And then one of my next, we mentioned it earlier, but plan your day lightly and don't set high expectations of getting everything done. Even if it's your first time to Disney, and even if you're like, I don't know if we'll ever be back, I'm just telling you, like, take a moment, take a breath, don't cram everything in, because it will be overwhelming, it'll be too much, and you won't get as much done, and it will turn the whole mindset of the trip a completely different direction. So give yourself enough time. Take it easy, especially with a kid, especially if this is your first time. Maybe you're like us, like maybe you're Disney adults. Like, you've been going, maybe your former cast members like us. You've been going, you know what to do, you know how to handle the parks. You're like, I can navigate the parks well. I know exactly what to do. It all changes when you have a kid. It all changes. It's a completely different experience. And if you haven't done it, like, just be in that mindset of, hey, this is going to be different. I'm going to take it slower, and I'm going to take it easier and not have too many expectations. Like, we're going to get all these rides done and then have the rest of the night to do X, Y, and Z. That's one of my biggest tips out there. So do you have anything that like really sticks out for you?
I don't think so. I think like majorly it's just like knowing that you may not get to ride Space Mountain, and that'll be okay. And you might not get on Everest, and that will be okay. Because for us, our general opinion is we don't use Rider Switch that much because it takes too much time. And there are so many other attractions and shows and different things for kids to do that we would rather get more of that done than do more hanging around and sitting around waiting for rider switch. It just doesn't really work well for us. Just have the expectation that that might not be in the cards, and that's okay. Or if you go with other family members, just know that you're not going to be able to do everything together and you are going to have to switch off. And maybe that's okay with some people. But when we go, especially with just us, or even when we go with like a huge family, we just don't like doing it. Because if like, let's say we're going to ride Tiana's and Jackson's going to ride Pirates, or Jackson's going to ride like Aladdin, we want to do it with him. Yeah. I'll ride Pirates 4 times in one day if that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I'll get spit on a camel, like twice a day. Yeah. It's fine. Like, I would rather be doing that stuff with him and enjoying it with him than sitting around and waiting on rider swap and all of us just kind of sitting there. But that's our opinions. That's what we feel. I think I'm more on board of that. And Mitchell's like, well, we can rider swap a few rides.
Yeah, I'm more on the rider swap.
Yeah.
Sometimes
yeah.
I'm like,
but it's not because you want to wait around. It's because you just want to do the big kid rides, which there are ways of doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, we tend to leave Jackson back with your parents at night when he's sleeping, and we can go do our big kid rides then. Or we try to only do 1 or 2 big kid rides like a day, and especially with a shorter line or with like a lightning lane or something. But I just go into the trips knowing that like this isn't for me. Like, it's not like a thrill ride trip, and like that's kind of okay, especially since Jack is getting older and he's able to do more of the thrill rides. Like, I'd rather just do what we can do with him, and then just like leave it at that.
Well, that's another big tip. You pointed it out. Bring your in-laws or bring your parents so you can just drop your kids off.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That's true.
That's a good tip for you. I have another tip. It's minimize going back and forth in a park. Don't go, let's do Space Mountain now, and Pirates is not a long way, so let's go over there, and then we should do Seven Dwarfs now, and just, honestly, do a loop and try to if you're doing lightning lanes, try to make it follow that loop, because when you're going back and forth, you're wasting so much time walking. It's exhausting, especially for a kid. I got another one for you. Are you ready? We mentioned it earlier, but I'm going to emphasize this. Always bring rain gear.
Always.
And rain gear for a stroller. If you do not bring rain gear, it's the Florida law there. It's a rule. It's not a law. It's a Florida rule. If you do not bring rain gear, it will rain. But if you bring it with you, it will not rain, no matter what the weather says. So that's a tip for you. I don't know. It's just how it works, but that's how it's always happened for us. So, do you have anything?
No.
I have more.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I'm going down the list.
Keep going.
Yeah, I'm hitting you with all the facts, all the tips here. For us, we like to bring our own stroller.
Because I'm emotionally attached to this stroller in an unhealthy way.
There are so many good companies that you can look into that you can rent a stroller from, or you can rent it from Disney. And sometimes those are really nice, just to walk into the park and get the stroller there and not have to do the bus. And maybe that's going back to our first topic. Maybe you don't even have to take a stroller on the bus. But for us, we bring ours, and it has some advantages. So mostly Amanda just having her own stroller.
Just having my upper baby.
Yeah. Also, does your kid nap? And will your kid nap in the park? Jackson, on this past trip, he did not nap at all. He was okay. He didn't need to nap. He was fine. But be aware of that, and like try to plan for that with what you're doing for the day. I mentioned it earlier as well, but stay hydrated. We use Liquid IV. I swear up and down by it. I get migraines, and especially when I get dehydrated and I get really hot, I can get some really bad headaches in Florida. So having liquid IVs and drinking those throughout the day really helped me out. And they're also good for kids, and they're good for pregnant moms.
Yeah.
So all around, it is safe, and it is great for you and keeps you hydrated. Yeah. What else? Anything else you have?
No, I'm enjoying listening.
You're enjoying listening? You like hearing me talk?
Oh, sure.
I was about to say that's a first. If you say yes, then I know you're like. Yeah. Another tip is like if you're doing lightning lanes, maybe if you're limited on what you're picking, maybe consider picking a lightning lane for attractions that have outdoor queues.
That's actually a really good tip.
Yeah, like if you're limited, like okay, so if I'm limited, right? Am I pick if it's between Big Thunder Mountain or Space Mountain? Usually they're about the same weight. I'm picking the Big Thunder Mountain. I'm not picking Space Mountain. I'll wait in that queue. It's nice. It's air conditioned. It's in the dark. Or does it have a good queue? Right? Like, is it a like a Guardians of the Galaxy queue or Flight of Passage? Flight of Passage is a really good queue. Like those are things that I would consider. It's like okay, I'm okay waiting in this queue. I'm not okay waiting in something else. So something to keep in mind when planning. I don't know. I think that's I kind of mentioned a lot of other stuff. Maybe just like prioritize the parks if you're not going to be there. If you're not able to do all 4, or if you're not able to do many, making sure that you hit the right parks for your kid, and like looking at what they offer. Things that I do have on here. I do want to mention this. There's things that we do now that we didn't before. We do splash pads, and this is things that we do as as a family, as having kids that we didn't do as adults. And I think this is really important to mention. Splash pads. I never went in a splash pad. Did you?
I hope not. They're not for adults.
Maybe you ran through one. I don't know.
No.
So we never did splash pads. We do more entertainment and more shows now. Like stopping and seeing like the side entertainment, or we did Beauty and Beast live on stage this last trip. So we usually don't always, we really don't do that many shows when we're there. And now we're spending more time doing it because that's what Jackson enjoys. More character meet and greets. We hardly ever went and met characters especially when we were cast members down there. I don't really remember a time of like setting time aside to go meet characters. Do you?
Not when I'm with you. When I'm with my sister, we always meet characters.
Well, you guys love seeing the princesses.
We do.
Yeah. And then lastly, pool time. Pool time is more important now with our family.
Every trip, we're like, we're gonna go in the pool more. We're gonna go in the pool more, and then we just spend so much time in the park because we get like FOMO if we're not in the parks. But I think that the pool, especially in the Disney resorts, are like, you should really spend some time there.
Yeah.
Like really. It's
you really
good.
Should. What is okay, that pretty much wraps it for what we have. What is like a big, do you have like a big takeaway, or like, hey, like this is a big bullet point, like if you don't leave with anything else today, like this is what I want you to take away.
When booking a hotel, transportation is more important than what you think it is.
Okay, that's a good one.
I think that's my biggest takeaway.
That's really good.
Especially with 2 kids.
Yeah, that's really good.
What's yours?
Mine is, if you have a mindset, just change your mindset. Have this positive mindset.
Zero expectations.
Zero expectations. Not, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Oh, it's going to be great. It's not going to be great. Oh, it's going to be, just go in and say, okay, let's just see what today has. It will be a day. It will be a day. And truly live in that moment.
Yeah, like don't stress out too much. Just like be there. Like it's kind of more fun at some point to like do things on a whim than it is to like schedule out every single day. Which sounds like we're backtracking on ourselves because we're like, oh, book the ADRs, book the lightning lanes, but like you don't have to like do it very like strictly. You don't have to take like the next ride that comes available, like whatever. Like if you're booking like Pirates in the morning, you don't have to book like Space Mountain 10 minutes after Pirates. You can book it like 2 hours after Pirates. Like by the time you make your way over there, you know?
Yeah.
Like be smart about it like that. Think about it like that. And then the rest of it, just like fill it in with whatever you go past. We really like letting Jackson just sort of walk around and pick.
Yeah.
I want to do the carousel. I want to do it again. Okay, we'll ride the carousel 4 times. Like
that's what we did this last trip.
This is what makes you happy. Then like, let's do it. You want to do the teacups? Fine. You want to do small roll? Let's do it. Like, that's just kind of the things that we really like to do, is just letting him go around and pick what to do, because that's just really fun.
Yeah. Seeing it through a 3-year-old's eyes.
Yeah. And Stella doesn't have an opinion now.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
So it doesn't matter. You're going with us, kid. You
Exactly.
don't have a choice.
Right.
I think that's great. And the biggest question is, do I take a 3-year-old to Disney? Will they remember? I have a great video on TikTok. I don't mean to plug the TikTok so much, but there's a good little video on TikTok of like, should I take a toddler to Disney? And I just think it's so important. It's not just about the kid. It's your memories and your memories with them. But like Jackson's also now like he's full on invested in everything that we're doing at the park. So it is so important. I highly suggest. I think this is a great age. 3-year-old is such a great age to take a kid to make memories for yourself, your family, and for your little kid as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope we gave you some new information. Maybe it's stuff you already knew, or maybe we helped kind of lean you one way or the other. But I really do hope you all gained something from this episode, and I hope you found it enjoyable. I loved this. I love talking about our experiences. And it's something that we're not the type of people to always be like, hey, here's our opinion, right?
Yeah, not really.
No, but
we've done this. We took Jack when he was 8 months, a year and a half, 2.5, and 3.5. So we've experienced all this. And so this is all of our knowledge based on Jackson the last 4 times we've taken him to Disney. And this is what we've learned. And I would take him again at every single one of those ages.
I would too.
I don't think there was like an age where I was like, this was okay and I'll never take him again at this age.
Yeah.
I think it was just worth it every single time.
100%. That's the takeaway. Take your kids. Go to Disney. Spend the money. But that's it. Thank you guys for listening to this episode. Thanks for joining us. Again, if you want to support us, you can join us over on our Patreon at patreon.com/happilyeverafter. Or you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all the places. And you can find all those links in the show notes below. If you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you subscribe. That way you see more of this. And then, of course, we got Vlogmas coming up soon. So shout out Vlogmas, and we'll be ready over there. And
stress me out every time you talk about Vlogmas.
I do. I'm excited. We got some good stuff. We just got to film the rest. But thank you guys again. We appreciate all your support. And lastly, 5-star reviews, we'll read it on our next episode. If you do leave it, go over on Apple Podcast. You can leave it there. Write a little review. That would be great. But again, just being here, just listening, and being a part of our show weekly means a lot to us, and we appreciate that. So thank you all. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next week.